Alright, so I'm going for smallmouth. It's kind of hard to see them down there, but there's some nice sized smallmouth. Nothing crazy. I got a lure down that way floating. I'm gonna wait to get that back. One of the smallmouth grabbed it, popped it off, and it spit it out immediately. Lucky for me, it floats. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this little crankbait out and see if we can land one. And honestly, it seems like every time I pull the camera out, fish stop biting. So there's a good chance that I don't catch anything with this camera on. I personally love bass fishing just because a lot of the times you can get that quick action. You guys can't hear that. Absolutely hate bass fishing. I believe I'm snagged in a tree on the other side of the bridge. So I'm gonna see if I can. There we go. Let's just see if we can confirm my suspicions. And that's why I hate bass fishing. All right, let's get back to it. You know, sometimes things go really good, and then you pull out a camera, and you can't do anything that you were trying to do. So it looks like these fish are against me a little here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit easier. Get this right out of my way. All right. lure I was catching them on, sitting right there. Might end up trying to go rescue it real quick if I don't get any hits other than trees. Love bass fishing. Nothing ever goes wrong. Alright, so we are going to go retrieve the one that was getting bites, tie it on, and see if maybe we can go back to getting bites. So I'll take y'all with me for that. Whoo! Almost ended up in the creek, you know. Casual little swim that I didn't want to go on. But if everything went right, it wouldn't be a good time fishing. And as you guys can see, right somewhere in the water, I see it. You may not be able to. Try to get the float this way. Everything goes right. This is going great. So this actually got hit by a nice little smallmouth. Snapped my line as soon as it took off. And then it immediately spit it out. So I just kind of waited for it to float down there. But now that it floated down there, I'm gonna get you all set back up here. This tripod is not set up properly. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tie this back on. Yeah, so love having a nice set of fingernail clippers on me for changing. even when they start falling apart randomly. So, yeah, be cautious. If it gets stuck, just pull it back out, I guess. I'm sure fish don't have any bacteria in their mouth or anything deadly, so you should be all right. And if you're not, I didn't give you this advice. I wouldn't recommend it. Always lube before you go tight. Best way to do it. If not, friction, issues, all bad. None good can come from it. All right, now that we're all tied back up, we're gonna see part of the reason you see me messing my reel so much is I don't feel like setting it, and I'm changing from a really heavy lure to a lure that weighs practically nothing. Honestly, I should probably switch back over to mother pole, but I keep walking to the car and I don't feel like doing it again. No, it's not the best videos ever, but if you'd like to see me live stream, subscribe. I need 50 subs on YouTube in order to go live. And then after I get those, I'll probably just start doing a bunch of lives and filming the whole trip. But until I get to that, it's just gonna be a bunch of random videos. I suck at editing, so there's no real chance of any massively good videos coming out right now, at least. Really, I think my goal here is just to catch a single fish on camera right now, which looking like it may not happen. If I don't look like I know how to fish, that's fine. I enjoy it anyway. Surprisingly, there's certain stuff I do know about it. Don't appear that way, but this is kind of the reality of what fishing is. Go out, try to catch fish. Understand you may not always catch them. Some of these people on YouTube, I don't know if they're the best fishermen in the world or everybody else sucks, but it's crazy how they can be in a video for 10 seconds and have, 15 fish on the boat. I understand there's days like that, but for me, it's definitely not every day. So go ahead and change back on lures. Need a refresh on some of my old knots. And stop being so lazy when it comes to them. Let's see. I don't know if I remember how to do this one, but I'm gonna try. Here comes the rain. Should help us out, hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy and that's a myth, but always lube it before it goes tight. And that did not work out the way I wanted to. It worked, but it's supposed to be different. Yeah. Alright, it looks like the rain stopped. It was a very quick rain, or maybe not. Do some rapid fire. Try not to hit any more trees. Maybe it's this branch here. That's better. Well, I got that out of the way. Say it time and time again. If your swim bait or crankbait or jig or anything isn't acting right, always pull it out and check it. You can have a hook knotted up. You can have string wrapped around it. It's been so many times I've got good bites and missed fish because it was just tied up around my hook and I didn't know. lob it out, reel it in. That's what I love about crankbaits. Easy to use. Lob it out, reel it in. If it ain't catching none, you can change up your speed. Reel a little bit slower. See if maybe that helps. You got any suggestions for some video ideals? Comment them. Challenges, just different things that make the video a little better. I'd love to hear them. I know you can't see it, but I keep going right past this little smallie here, and he is not caring at all. A little bit of sprinkles again. Try to cast out over there, see if maybe we can get some from back across. Okay, looks like a no. There's a bunch of young bass out here right now that been hitting on some other things I've thrown. There's a couple bigger ones. If I remember, I'll attach the videos of the ones I've caught and see if y'all think they're nice size or if they're kind of small for your area. I know for me, it's been a long time since I've really caught any smallmouth. I didn't fish for a good while, so right now everything's a fair size. And so, I don't know about y'all, but for me, if I'm using a bait caster, I just kind of stick my thumb over to the side as a brake. I don't really use any sort of tension. Literally just use my finger as a brake. Let me know if you set your drag or if you just hand brake it. All right, we're gonna go back to some rapid fire. And I ain't talking about the pizza. If you've ever had Rapid Fire Pizza, what was your thoughts on it? I think I've ate there once or twice with the wife, but and that was about the extent of it. Slow down, see what that does. It's really hard to get a bite from these bass when they're sitting up in these nests like this. They don't want anything to do with it. Sometimes you can get a reaction strike like I'm trying to do, and like how I caught them before I turned the camera on. And then other times you just want to drop something in their nest and wait. They'll go to pick it up to move it out of the nest, and then you just kind of set the hook, which I should do, but we're not going to because I don't really feel like it. Like I said, 100 times over. I don't know if you can all see that. Hook is tangled up, so when it swims, it is not swimming right. Untangle it. Sometimes I'll wrap one hook. It'll keep the crankbait at the top of the water and run it, and I'll just act as though it's top water. But other than that, I'm just not a big topwater guy. I love watching the hits, but I don't really throw it. I don't know if you can see what it's doing out there, how it's just kind of twirling on top of the water. That is what happens when one of the hooks get tangled up. Honestly, who knows, I might do a challenge just working on touching up on using bait caster. I used to be pretty accurate with this, but not as good as I was when I used to use it. So we're going to change back one more time, just because honestly I have no idea why. I'm gonna give it a couple more casts. If I don't get anything, we are going to end this. And even if I get some, we might end it. I don't know. And I may end up finding me a different spot to fish. If we can get to 50 subs on YouTube, or I also have a TikTok, then we can do some live streaming. I have been live streaming a little bit off of an account I made for my wife a couple years back on TikTok. If you guys want to check that out, subscribe, just so if I go live on there, you'll be able to tune in. And that channel is called My Wife Makes Pictures. It's got a lot of her wood burnings and stuff she did. She is a very talented artist. She can do pretty much anything when it comes to art. She's actually been getting into tattoos here lately, so if you ever see the one on my leg, that's